guys, and welcome to my channel. So today I just wanted to have a quick little Disney travel chat, kind of just talk about some things that have been going on in the whole Disney community. And one of the big things that I really wanted to chat about today was the fact that I have been constantly seeing and like people just constantly asking, when will Disney World return back to normal? And if you haven't already seen it, I'm actually going to Disney World in February of this year, so in a couple weeks. And we're very excited, but we absolutely have no indication that it will be a different trip from what people have been doing since July. Will definitely be social distancing. Character meet and greets are definitely still not happening. There's the cavalcades, fast passes are not back, but park hopping has slightly returned in its new format. There's really no extra magic hours, so a lot has changed. A lot is very, very different than any previous Disney trip that I have ever taken. But I keep seeing a lot of people asking and just commenting on when they think those things are going to return to their pre-Great Unpleasantness condition. So really, right now, I personally do not think anything is going to return like it was back before March of 2020. I really do not think we'll see anything as it was back then, just because I think we're all more knowledgeable now. But I do think that things will return to some capacity of normal. I don't know what that is, and you know, this is just my thoughts on the whole situation currently. But you know, we're going into this trip in February very much aware that this is not going to be a normal trip, that this is going to be very new, very uncomfortable maybe at times, but you know, we feel that it's a very safe place, that they are putting all the procedures in place to make people feel as comfortable as possible with the current environment. So with that being said, I really just kind of have some thoughts written down about this whole situation. And I understand that there's a lot of people, again, that just don't feel comfortable and they're not going to wear a mask and they're going to wait until everything as it was, and we don't know when that's going to be. And my thought process on the whole thing is that I'm not going to wait just for the world to return back to normal. It's not normal, and it's not like I want to pretend that it isn't. So instead of just kind of hiding in my little house all the time, afraid to go out in the world, I just think we just need to take the precautions, make do with what is available, and you know, be living our lives in a safe environment. Or at least the safest way we can, which is definitely wearing a mask, using hand sanitizer, washing our hands, social distancing, doing all the things. But I can't see why we won't have a safe trip. So with that being said, the first thing I really wanted to talk to is when people think the whole, you know, masks will go away, character dining will return, fast passes will return, and especially with the vaccination just having been announced, and you know, people who are over certain age groups are able to get it currently, and then I believe, you know, another section will be getting it in like March, April, May, June, July, so on and so forth. So with that being said, I've heard a lot of speculation right now that, you know, maybe by August or even, you know, fall of 2021, we'll see a slight return to normal. And I think that's a little optimistic, to be honest. I do think there will be masks still. I think people will, you know, not have everyone. I think not everyone will have the vaccine, even if their group was eligible at a certain time. I really think that it will help us in the right direction, but it's not going to be that we will see everything come back at this specific date. I mean, if you look at how Disney has done it, is very staggered. You know, they've brought things back very gradually. Cruise line isn't even back yet. Disneyland isn't even open. At this time, Disneyland Paris is opening in the spring of 2021. So, you know, not everything is open right now, and that just indicates to me that, you know, it's going to bring back things as they can. And honestly, I think that's also because they may just not have the amount of cast members, the sheer willpower to do it. You know, if they don't have the people to be running these things such as character dining and ride operations and just all these extra facets of the organization, it's not going to come back. It's just, even if everything is back to normal, you need that manpower to do it. So that's going to be an interesting thing too, especially with all the layoffs that have happened over the past year. It's easy to hire people, but it's, you know, it's going to be interesting if those people will come back, basically. So for us personally, we have a lot of travel coming up in 2021. I have about 3 or 4 big trips that are happening. And with that all being said, they're very specifically placed as in their location of where they're occurring, because of the fact that we either need to fly and feel comfortable flying, or we are able to drive, or whatever the case. But majority of our trips will require getting on an airplane. And a lot of people also are not comfortable with their mode of transportation. They want to be in their own car, and then that limits where they can go at this time. So for us, I really don't even know what's going to happen in 2021. I will be doing my first flight in February, and again, that could completely change by the other couple ones that I'm doing later in the year. So who knows what the procedures will be like then. You know, with everybody having their own comfort level, we'll see how busy the plane is. I've personally heard right now that the airports are very dead. I actually have a family member who works at the airport, so they are very much aware that the airport is dead. It's the airplanes that can get very full, because I've heard also that, like, because certain flights may be canceled in order to save the airline money, and just put everyone on one flight and send them over that way to their next destination. You know, in the past, you probably had 15 flights a day to your one location that you could choose from, where now maybe it's only a couple. So it just really depends when you're flying, where you're flying. And again, a lot of people are just gonna cross it off the list entirely and just drive if they can, which I would feel a lot more comfortable driving, but there's times where it's impossible. For one, like, you physically cannot drive to the location, or 2, just for your mental well-being, your physical well-being, it is going to be an exhausting trip, an exhausting journey if you try to drive it. So it just depends. It's really, that I think is going to be impacted quite a bit from this entire experience this year. We will see, but that is a whole part of this process that I think returning to normal is going to impact. I've never had to travel during the pandemic with a mask in an airplane, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm definitely looking forward to just getting back out and traveling and just trying to find a sense of adventure in this world, because I think we're all just missing it, to be honest. We're all missing the ability to go somewhere and feel carefree and just be in the moment, and not having to worry about if I have a mask, or if I'm sick, or ooh, are these people sick, or, you know, how do I get there? How is it going to be once I get there? Just all these questions and just concerns. It's quite crazy. But even if we do show a return to normal, it's not going to be the same. It doesn't matter what's going to happen it could be very, very different in the upcoming years. But I think honestly, there are a lot of procedures that will just stay in place. And as Disney said himself, you know, keep moving forward. A lot of the things that we used to do, such as cram into the little room at a haunted mansion, I don't know if that will ever come back. I think people really generally love having the social distancing and not feeling crammed up and claustrophobic and just like I'm touching somebody. I always hated that personally. I didn't love being shoved in a corner, you know, with somebody's sweaty body touching me. I don't know if you can relate, but like, you know, it's Florida, it's hot, and I just don't want to feel your, yeah, no, let's not even go there, because it's a bad memory. And so anyway, I just think like moving into 2021, we are not going to see much change. I think things will come back, but it will still be something different than what we had seen previously. For example, character dining. I think maybe we'll start seeing characters eventually start coming to tables again, but will we be able to hug them? Will we be able to take pictures with them? I don't know. You know, it could really just vary. All being said, there is just so much unknown. It's just all speculation. We don't know what's gonna happen. And to be honest, as long as the doors are open, I don't think it really matters. I think as long as, you know, businesses are able to stay afloat and keep working and moving forward and making sure that they are able to provide jobs and security to families, I think as long as they can just stay in motion, I think that's all that really matters. So I really thought this was an interesting chat, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I just really wanted to kind of get my thoughts out there. I had seen so many people ask kind of what the future holds, you know, if Disney is going to return to normal. And I really think it will. It just may still look a little different than what we think normal is. So thanks again for stopping by. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.